All right, welcome in to the Prune Packers broadcast. I am Ryan Moffitt, and Hugo here is my partner, Hugo Traverso. And we're bringing you today's matchup, Healdsburg Prune Packers versus the Bay Area Marauders on this beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Healdsburg, and a beautiful Father's Day.
Yeah, it's been a gorgeous day, Ryan. Got some great baseball coming up. We've got a team from the BACL that is young and hungry. A lot of good players on this team, and we'll see how things go.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Starting on the mound today for the Prune Packers, Alec Ballardis. Getting the start for them. We've seen him earlier this year, and he's just looking to improve on his numbers on the early season. First pitch strike there to the leadoff batter, Josh Jacobs, not the NFL running back. And a swing and a miss there by Jacobs. He falls down early, 0-2.
Yeah, Jacobs is a good player. Heading to Claremont Mudd Scripps next year.
Ballardis fires another strike in there and sends Jacobs down swinging. Against his first batter faced of the afternoon. Swung on, popped up over into foul territory. Tracking it is a guard and lands out of play. So up now for the Marauders, Dario Freschi.
Yeah, Freschi comes into things. He's from Vintage High School, so kind of a local kid. Batting .306, recently committed to St. Mary's College in Moraga. Looking to make a big impact here with the Marauders this summer.
The pitch to Freschi, misses the zone there. So add another ball in the count. Ballardis misses down low there to Freschi. 3-1 count. That fouled off there, over and out of play.
Yeah, Ballardis just really dialed in right now, battling back from that, going down 3-1 in that count. He's in the portal, so he's looking to make a big thing out of this start and maybe draw some offers.
Ooh, tough to draw offers there for Freschi as he goes down swinging. Ballardis working hard and working well here in the first. Make that 2 strikeouts now.
Yeah, that was absolutely nasty, Ryan. Nice little, I guess, what looked like to be a sinker ball, low in the zone, put down nearly in the dirt, and it got the swing and the miss.
And Ballardis gets us another strike there. I mean, he's been consistent early on, Hugo.
He has. I mean, he's a guy, he's really hungry this summer to get reps and get some good looks for colleges. He's been posting a lot of his reps on Twitter to draw some offers. There's definitely some scouts in Rec Park today to watch him pitch.
Ballardis gets it. Strike number 3. 3 up, 3 down, and make it 3 Ks for Alec Ballardis. And a wonderful start on a great Father's Day afternoon. We'll be back in just a moment in the bottom of the first. Welcome back to the broadcast. It is bottom of the second. Alec Ballardis and the Packers defense held the Marauders scoreless in the top of the first, so now they'll look to get the first runs of the day on the board. And leading off for the Pack was also their #1 guy last night, Jay Souza.
Yeah, Souza's a guy out of Hawaii going to Texas Tech. As you mentioned last night, was a member of that Little League World Series team from Honolulu.
Souza lets that go by for another ball.
Yeah, looking at the guy on the mound for the Marauders today, it is Jaden Oldwin, committed to Coastal Carolina. He is just recently finished his high school season up at Vacaville High School in Fairfield, 7-3, or in Vacaville, excuse me, 7-3 with 2.57 ERA. And get this, he was batting .329 in that season and led the team not only in batting average but in triples. He had 5 triples this year
Mr. Do
for
It All.
Vacaville. Yeah.
Well, maybe they'll let him hit today. Souza swings at that one, fouls it off over towards first base. Souza gets a hold of this one out towards right field, tracking it, and under it for the out is Jackson Coles. So 1 out now for the Marauders defense, backing up their pitcher, Oldwin. So now up to bat, Mr. Alex Leopard, UC Santa Cruz guy here, and he's got on new pants today, Hugo. I don't know if you noticed. Yesterday, I think for 80s night, he was wearing kind of hammer pants. He had some loose pants. Tonight, it's back to the normal.
Yeah, I mean, 80s night was definitely a fashion statement for a lot of these guys, and the mismatched socks and all that neon.
Leopard with a hit and a gnarly bounce over the first baseman. He's hustling over to second. The throw, not in time. Leopard slides in safely.
My goodness. That one took one heck of a bounce. It actually bounced off the base and kicked into right field. And Leopard just saw that, took his turn at first, and just went gunning into second. Beats out the throw, really showing how he is, nearly a 5-tool player, some would say. A lot of power, good speed, and he's got great athletic ability.
Yeah, a lot of awareness there to recognize that and take advantage of that odd bounce. And Leopard with an early dive, and he's going to be safe. It looks like Leopard started stumbling a little bit, so he dove earlier than he probably needed to. But it all works out for him. Yeah, the speedster.
He's on third now. Pretty solid job done by him. Had a stolen base last night.
Yeah, he's dangerous out there. He's got a lot of speed, and he gets good jumps consistently. It's not just speed, he times it well. Logan Sutter fouled that last pitch back. We'll see what he does here against Oldwin. And that'll be another foul ball over by the bullpen for the Marauders.
Yeah, Logan Sutter, he's got bat speed, and he also has a ton of power. And you think about it, last night he hit a home run that exited at 105 miles an hour. And now facing the kid from Coastal Carolina, who he might actually face next year when he's at South Carolina, he's looking to do some damage.
Yeah, you talk about that 105 miles per hour off the bat. We saw a lot of hot bats last night, and his was definitely one of those ones where the ball was just flying right off it. And that pitch right there missing the zone. Another ball in the count, and it goes full. pitch from Oldwin. Hits Sutter high on the shoulder. So he's going to take his free base there, but maybe at a cost. So now the 4-batter for the Packers, Alex Burge. First pitch to Burge is a ball.
Yeah, Burge, he's been doing very well this short time he's had with the Prune Packers this summer. See what he can do here.
Another ball to Burge. Yeah, you talk about a hot start with the Packers. He won Player of the Game in his debut with the Pack, so he got off on the right foot with Coach Gomes and his new crew. Oldwin fires, swung on out into left field, and over the head of the left fielder. That's going to bring in Alex Leopard and advance the runners. Sutter on third, and a double, RBI double to be exact, for Alex Burge.
That is what Rec Park does to you. It'll bring the worst out of your defense. There's a nice little line drive over the dive of the left fielder.
So now Cade Campbell in the box with 2 runners in scoring position for him. Packers already on the board early in this game, 1-0. Campbell pops that over into left field, tracking it under it for the out, and Sutter coming home. So a great sac fly there for Cade Campbell, getting a job done for his team. Make it 2-0 here in the first. That's a strike to the San Jose State Spartan, Jake McCoy.
And McCoy has been very effective for Sparty this year, or at least was. Batted .299 for the Spartans.
McCoy lets that go by. Some fans here maybe thinking that was a strike.
Yeah, something to mention with this Bay Area Marauders team. A lot of these guys are just out of high school, so their parents are still traveling to their games and, you know, going with them up to beautiful Rec Park, having a little Father's Day. A little matinee here.
Yeah, cool way to spend Father's Day here at the park. What are you doing today, Hugo?
I'm going down, following this game, I'm going down to San Francisco to grab my dad from the airport.
What a sweet gift.
Yeah.
So another ball here against McCoy as it's a full count.
Apologize for the lag, ladies and gentlemen. We're reading that we have good Wi-Fi on OBS, but apparently YouTube does not think the same.
And a swing and a miss there. Down goes McCoy, but up come the Marauders in the top of the second. We'll be back in just a few moments. Top of the second in Healdsburg, California, and it's no one else but Alec Bellardis on the mound. He dominated in that first half inning, 3 strikeouts, and he'll look to do the same thing here against the next 3 batters he's facing from the Bay Area Marauders. First one up is Jake Moreau.
Moreau shares a commonality with our left fielder, Logan Sutter, both going to Folsom Lake College. Obviously, Moreau still there. Sutter long gone from the Falcons.
That right there popped up into the infield. Savitere tracking it and getting it. So good job there. Weak contact induced from the great pitching of Alec Bellardis. And a good job there by Savitere. I mean, the sun, it is a noon game, so right up in the middle of the sky. Good job battling the sun to get the catch there. So now up to the plate is Davis Minton. He's going to ground that over to third. Fielded by Martinez, and a good throw to first for the second out.
Yeah, just a routine grounder there. Martinez able to make the play and come up big, but unfortunate there with the contact for Minton.
First pitch to Elijah Ward. Gonna miss the zone. So there's a ball. That might have been first ball of the inning from Bellardis. He's been consistent and quick in his work. That fouled off. Count goes 1-1.
Yeah, no, you talk about the consistency from Bellardis. This is something that has been really needed in the Prune Packers. I mean, you can really just call it a bullpen because, you know, it doesn't matter if you're starting, you're going 3 or 4. You're not going to go more than that. Bellardis pumps in another strike. You know, they're looking for someone to be consistent with location, really have really good command, and balance it with legit velocity, and that's what he's been doing.
Yeah, that last pitch, 91 miles per hour from Bellardis, as he just blew it by him. This one, Ward tries to get around on it, gets a piece of it. So now Bellardis trying to put away Ward here. And that'll do it. Make it a backwards K there for Bellardis. His 4th of the day. And another 3-up, 3-down inning of work as he just dominates the Marauders. And we're going to head to the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second inning here at Rec Park. 2-0 lead for the Pack as they are back up to add on to that score. And a great start here by J.C. Agard, leading off the inning with a base knock.
Yeah, great job there by Agard to recognize the breaking ball coming right across the plate. Served up on a silver platter for him, and he puts it out into left field. Great job there to turn on that one. And now Max Martinez coming to the plate. He hasn't had a lot of success recently for the Packers, but see what if he can change that.
Yeah, and it's still in a small sample size. He's only been here for a couple games, so sometimes it just takes a couple days or a couple games to adjust and, you know, find your groove. And maybe that's today for Max Martinez. We saw a great defensive play and a pickoff attempt over at first, no good. But yeah, maybe Martinez just was warming up and this is his day to find his groove and get going for the season.
Yeah, he changed his cleats, so
that's a good sign.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of superstition there for him.
Got to look good to play good.
Yep.
Oh, as this popped up over to first and caught by Rockwood. So maybe he has another pair of cleats he's ready to pull out.
Yeah, possibly.
So now the 9 batter for the Packers, Antonelli Savitere.
Yeah, Antonelli, he's gone from being at the pinnacle of the lineup to the bottom of the lineup, but we'll see what he can do. No matter what, he's a kind of a second leadoff guy for the Packers.
Yeah, he has been great for them this year. Just consistent bat. That's really what Coach Gomes wants out of his guys, consistency and the ability to, you know, bring runs in. Not just with power, but getting contact. As he does that right there, contact hit will lead to a single for him as it gets into right field.
Yeah, great job there by Antonelli, taking advantage of this incredibly beat up infield here, and it takes a nice hop right over the first baseman. Second baseman can't even get to it, and it's already in the outfield.
So Jay Souza now up to the plate, looking to make an impact here. He's got 2 runners on. We'll see what he has to offer. And a great hit there out into center, and the center fielder loses his footing a little bit, turned around out there, and Souza's flying around the base path, along with the 2 Packers ahead of him who come in to score. Make it a 2 RBI triple for Jay Souza.
Yeah, great job there by Souza to recognize another pitch just kind of dropped in, looking to drop it into the strike zone. And Souza just sees that and takes that ball for a ride. It's also hard to, you know, track this in the sun, but, you know, there's so much real estate out there in the outfield in Rec Park, and the center fielder just lost track of it.
That's good to see Jay Souza, you know, get a good quality at bat there. Kind of off to a slower start this season, but I mean that right there gets it done. Now 4-0 lead for Healdsburg. And Leopard hits it right up the middle of the defense, and that's going to bring in Souza. Souza wasn't out there long. Make it 5-0. And just like that, Alex Leopard 2 for 2 on the day. A double and an RBI single. Maybe he's going to try to go for the cycle today.
Yeah, possibly. Packers are up 5-0 already. This is looking like it'll get out of hand.
A bloodbath, some may say. As this swung on hard out into center field, he's finding it, and it pops out of his glove. Oh boy, a disaster out there for Josh Jacobs. Just struggling. I don't know if he's battling the sun or if that one there was just mental after the first mishap.
Yeah, tough one there. Tough air for the Marauders. Jacobs, he's heading to Claremont Mud Scripts. You know, this might be something that he has to work on over the summer to get back and get ready. And already we're going to have a mound visit here. And we'll step aside.
All right, just the mound visit. They're not taking Jaden Oldwin out. He's in there to stay.
It's good experience for him. He's not going to face easy batters at Coastal Carolina. You know, they're in Omaha this year, consistently a great program down in Conway.
Ooh, and a great pitch there. Gets a swing and a miss from Burge.
Yeah, as one of our own producers, Dave Cox, likes to say, 90% of mound visits result in a first pitch strike, and it's already 0-2 to Burge here.
Burge gets a piece of that, and it's foul. So Burge working here with 1 out and 2 on. He's got Leopard on third and Sutter on second.
There's a massive gap out there in left center field. Let's see if he can play with that.
Well, he hits it into shallow center, tracking it for the catch and out, and a throw to try to get Leopard, but off target, so Leopard will score.
And good job to put that into play. And then credit there, the left fielder, J.J. Kinnaird from Heritage High in Brentwood with the pull-down throw. That was absolutely fired in, just a little off target. If it was on target, it would have gotten Leopard by a mile.
First pitch to Campbell is a strike. This hit into left field, coming in on it, and falls in between the shortstop and left fielder, and a great throw to get Sutter at home plate. Beat him by a mile. I mean, you talked about that last throw, getting there quickly. That one even quicker, getting out at home plate to save a run, but the Packers add 4 in the bottom of the second. 6-0 as we head to the top of the third. We'll be back in just a minute. Bellarda still on the mound for the Packers, and how could you take him off? Dominant first 2 innings of work, 4 strikeouts, and he's put away the 3 up and 3 down in the first 2 innings, so you got to keep him in if you're Coach Gomes. He is hot.
Yes, he is, with a capital H, and he's ready to face Dominic Poole, who batted .091.
Wow.
Batting average, 91 batting average at College of San Mateo this year in limited action.
That pitch right there fouled off.
Yeah, due up, it's Poole, Coles, and J.J. Kinnaird. It's going to be JUCO guy, D3 guy, and then high school kid. will most likely end up going junior college if he is playing this summer.
Velarde misses outside there to Poole.
It looked like a chase pitch there. Little slider outside. Birds seem happy with it and happy with the location.
That right there popped up over in center field. Leopard under it and catches it for out number 1 of the top of the third.
And now Jackson Cole stands in. He's from Pacific University in Oregon. Batted .260 with 10 RBIs this year for El Cerrito High School. He's headed there. He's headed to Pacific next year.
That hit over to Savitere, and he gets it on the hop for out number 2 now. So we talk about Velarde just working quickly in these innings, and his defense helping him out. You know, he's getting that weak contact, and I mean, it's just impressive right here. This is probably the most efficient outing we've seen from a Packer arm this year.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, if Coach Chris is looking at this in the bullpen, he might think, you know, maybe ride Velarde at least 1, maybe 2 more innings. Give some guys some rest and let Velarde cook.
Let him cook. Quote Hugo. But yeah, I understand they're trying to get everybody reps, and they got arms to test out as this popped up into foul territory. A guard making a run for it, and he grabs it. A guard puts it away, and Velarde, another 3 up, 3 down inning.
Yeah, that was 5 minutes.
I love it. I love it.
Check that. That was actually only 3 minutes.
Wow.
What an inning.
That means we have to spend extra long on commercial break. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
All right, we're back, bottom of the third. And Ryan, we have a new pitcher, Brandon Gatson from Hollister High School at SF State. He's from Hollister, California, went to Hollister High School, redshirted his freshman year with SF State this year, and they recently cut their baseball and softball programs as well as their track and field with the cuts that stemming from the CSU cuts that saw Sonoma State and our own Chris Schaefer lose their baseball team. So we'll see how he does. Probably transferring to a junior college, just trying to get some more reps. And Gatson has just been pumping so far. 1-1 to Jake McCoy.
Yeah, and Jake McCoy in his last at bat struck out looking, so he's going to look for some redemption here against Gatson. And McCoy fouls that one off there.
Yeah, tallying the totals for Jaden Oldwin. He goes 2 innings, lets up 7 hits, 6 runs. We'll check on the earned runs later, and strikes out 1. He hit 1 batter and walked no one.
Well, here it is, 2-2 count now for Jake McCoy. Gatson fires and fouled once more. A lot of fans have filled in those bleachers over there on the visiting side.
Yeah, making the play over there on the foul ball is Griffin Lewis.
Wow.
Newman kid,
Holy
Newman
cow.
guy, yeah.
You know an insane amount of information.
Well, I'm just in class. I'm in class with Griff every day, and he's a valuable member of our lacrosse team. Well, he's over there. I think he gave it to the 8-year-old, or pointed it out. He was over there. It landed over by him and his brother.
Good guy.
Yes. It's gonna be a 2-2. Gatson though seems to be dealing.
Gatson with a great pitch down low, sends McCoy heading back to the dugout, his second strikeout of the day.
Well, looks like Gadson's on the right track, just trying to limit the run damage here. Pack already up 6-0, as you can see.
So now up to bat is J.C. Agard. First pitch is a ball. Gatson fires and fouled off by Agard. Over towards that wonderful taco truck we tried yesterday, Hugo.
Yeah, it was amazing. Taste of Mexico in every bite, as they say on the side of their truck. Tita's Cuisine. It's incredible. Recommend you guys come out here and see that.
This popped up over into left field. Tracking it for the catch is J.J. Kinnaird.
Yeah, looking at it, I mean, not many people really know, at least, how hard it is to catch a D1 pop-up. That ball will be traveling in the air for about 10 seconds and will move.
It can hang up there.
Yeah, and it will move it'll move about 45 feet from the area it was where it started in the air. So it can be tough for these guys, especially guys who have only played in high school, to track these down.
Yeah, definitely. Now up Max Martinez, the USC Trojan.
Yeah, furthering that superstition for Martinez. He's switched his batting gloves now to his USC ones.
They look good, huh, Hugo?
They do look good. Very clean. But he keeps swinging very hard, looking for contact, but
how do you feel about that, Hugo? White gloves with black shoes. That's something I don't agree with, but how do you feel?
Hey, they've got the cardinal and gold on it, so it's whatever.
All right.
He probably has various pairs of shoes and gloves that go with the various combinations that they have at USC.
I'm sure they get 100 pair of shoes each. And down goes Martinez, swinging strike 3. A great job by Brandon Gatson to start off his first inning of work, putting down the side. And now we're heading to the bottom of the 4th here in Healdsburg.
All right, we're back. And it is the top of the lineup due up. Josh Jacobs comes to the plate. Not the guy who plays for, well, I guess now the Packers, was a Raider. Running back. Yeah, out of Alabama. Very, very solid guy. So it's going to be Jacobs. He's out of Aragon High School, going to Claremont Mudd Scripps. Don't know the exact college he is headed to, as those three colleges merge for athletics. It's a one-of-a-kind thing with those schools. His second pitch of the at-bat is fired in for a called strike 2 on the outside part of the plate for Bellardis. He's back out there for another great outing. Here's the 0-2 from Bellardis. Working quickly into his windup, fires. Tries to get the call on the outside half again, but just a little bit too outside. 1-2. Jacobs waits. The pitch. Swing, and he fouls it off to stay alive. Another high fastball on the outside part of the plate. 1-2 coming to Jacobs. He batted .333 this year for Aragon in San Mateo. The pitch. Swing, and he fouls it off again, battling. He struck out swinging back in the first inning.
Wow.
And he strikes him out there. Strikeout number 5 for Bellardis, and that officially extends the streak of Packers starters going at least 3 innings, striking out 5, and not allowing a single run.
Yeah, you can't even call these guys batters anymore. These are victims.
Pretty much. Bellardis back into his windup, tries a breaking ball at the top of the zone, just a little bit up high to Dario Freschi out of Vintage High School, 306. Vine Valley kid, just like our own Emmett Peterson, graduate of Casa Grande. Fouled off. Come out of the a very good league in the V-Valley. You got Casa Grande, you have Petaluma, and Justin Siena. All 3 teams were top 20 in NCS this year. Very, very solid teams, great programs. They beat each other up throughout the years. That one is outside for ball 2. It's going to be a 2-1 count. And ended up actually being Justin Siena who came up with the tournament win, but then lost in the first round of NCS playoffs to Rancho Cotati, who was a 15 seed, as that pitch catches the outside corner for strike 2. With 15 seed, and then ran all the way, not only the NCS championship, but won the NorCal championship, which was unbelievable and unprecedented. The 2-2 is outside. It'll go full. Did you ever see that out of your high school career?
What?
A 15 seed running all the way to a championship?
It's very rare you see that. And in my high school career, I never got to see it or be a part of it.
Bellardis got him looking on the inside part of the plate. Fired in a fastball that just had arm side run back into the zone. Strikeout number 6. And now it is going to be Maximo Rockwood coming in. He batted 100 this year for Bellarmine Collegiate Prep. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball up high, nearly catches his shoulder. Bellardis working quickly. Gets the sign from Burge behind the plate. The pitch. Fastball popped up and back. Foul. One coming with 2 down. Bellardis deals. Tries to get that one just below the knees. Doesn't get the call. 2-1. Here's the pitch from Bellardis. That one is turned on and hit into left field. That'll end the no-hitter. It'll go into the corner. Kiss up against the wall. And Rockwood is into first with a base hit.
Yeah, Rockwood finally puts an end to it. But, I mean, Alec Bellardus can clearly, he's been doing it all day. He'll get out of this situation. He's been putting away batters quickly, so I'm sure he is not too worried about a runner on first.
And 2 down here. Runner is at first. Here's the first pitch from Bellardus. Blows the express right past the bat of Jake Moreau from Folsom Lake, one of the only college kids on this team. And they're all collegiate. They're all going to be collegiate, but he is one of the only guys with college experience out of Folsom Lake. Here's the pitch. The 0-1 is fouled off. 0-2. Folsom Lake is a pretty good program.
Is it? I mean, I know they produced Logan Sutter, but outside of that, I'm not too aware of what's going on at Folsom Lake.
Yeah, they're consistently a solid team up in Folsom, I guess. Yeah, Folsom near Granite Bay. Here's the 0-2. Up high, nearly offers at the high cheese. Look at the drip with those gloves.
Yeah, that's some Diamondback swag right there. That's some of their colors, purple and that neon blue.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, teal, I think.
Yeah, teal is probably.
Yeah, they're like Joker gloves.
I can see that. Yeah, that's a good comparison.
And the pitch and swung on and missed. Bellards retires the sign, strikes it out. And that is now 7 strikeouts for Alec Bellardus as we will head to the bottom of inning number 4. And we're back here. It's going to be 9-1-2 due up. Gatson still out there for the Marauders. Antonelli Savatere steps in. 6-0 Packer lead. The pitch inside for a ball.
Yeah, Gatson had a strong first inning, Hugo. I mean, sure they're down, but at 6-0, he did not come up on that mound intimidated in any way. He came to work, and he did a good job in that first inning.
And Gatson fires that one in. It's called strike on the outside part of the plate. Caught the outside border of the zone. Yeah, strikeout against Jake McCoy. Fly out for J.C. Agard, and then a strikeout against Max Martinez. Gatson, he's really living up to that SF State, nastiness as Savatere pops this one up. Right fielder Coles is in on it, and he makes the catch. And now the big right fielder, Jay Souza, steps in. But yeah, I mean, Gatson, he's looking for a new college next year as SF State has cut their program. And right now he's looking pretty good. He's going to have a few at-bats to add to his tape, maybe market to some other California schools, get some interest. Assumedly, he will go JUCO this year, but you never know. He could get a late offer and go walk on. But SF State, they've produced some good baseball players. One of them, Jacob French.
Yeah.
He's now at Cal.
We'll
So
see, though. He's got to go against a tough bat right here. Jay Souza might be feeling nice after that 2 RBI triple.
And he is. Hits this one deep. Back there, left field. They will watch it fly. Jay Souza leaves the yard. His first time this summer. An absolute bomb for the kid from Honolulu.
Holy cow. Jay Souza just put Gatson down. He was feeling good after those first, inning and a third, but Jay Souza just got a hold of that thing. And let's take a deep dive now, Hugo. I mean, that thing was crushed 98 miles per hour off the bat, a 28.7-degree exit angle. And then the distance, what everyone cares about, the numbers, the big numbers, 388 feet. Ridiculous.
So that one is grounded from Leopard out to the first baseman. He'll take it to the bag himself for an out. But yeah, that ties the distance. Longest home run that we have at least seen on TrackMan this year here at Rec Park. Ties it with Jacob French, who also went 388. I believe that was on the second game of the year against the South Bay Storm, as now Logan Sutter steps in, another home run threat. But we didn't get the official tracking metrics on that Jake McCoy home run, but that was well over 400 feet back a few games ago. I believe that was either last Sunday or last Saturday, where he left the yard out to 531. I haven't been able to do a rough estimate, but looking at it, it was most likely around 415 out to left center field, as Gatson locates that slider in the zone perfectly for a breaking ball called strike. One-one with 2 down. The pitch to Sutter is in the dirt. 2-1. Seen a pretty good summer for Logan Sutter, all things considered. Today he is 0 for 1, but he has reached base on each at-bat, reaching on a error by the center fielders. That will go 3-1.
Yeah, but, outside of that 0-3 opening day start he had, I mean, he's been on it, and he has been a big impact for this team just like last year.
100%. I mean, he is just an incredible ball player, looking to get drafted, as Gadson's pitch on the 3-1 is a breaking ball located way behind Sutter's head. But yeah, speak more on that last year. He was spectacular.
Yeah, he was an impact player last year. I mean, he just kept finding himself in that lineup in the sweet spot, and he would deliver for them. It was a powerful lineup last year, a lot of home runs, but, I mean, he got it done, too, on just contact hits, but homers as well, and he had a walk-off against, oh, gosh, it slipped my mind. He had a great walk-off, though. It was electric. The stadium was packed. It was as loud as can be, and his walk-off just lit up this entire stadium.
Well, I mean, the home runs have been not few and far between for the Pack this year. Had a couple last night, have a few 3-homer nights. It's just been bomb after bomb for these Prune Packers, as now Alex Burge steps in. He takes strike 1, and then takes ball 1 on the outside. Gadsden has done very well against lefties, but not so much against righties. Hasn't been able to locate that inside pitch against righties. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Actually, he foul tipped that into the glove of the catcher. Gadsden now working with a 1-2 count. Checks back at Sutter. Not really a threat to steal over there at first, but he has a couple stolen bases this year. One of which came last night. Here's the 1-2 outside. 2-2. 2-2, 2 down. Runner on first is Sutter. 7-0 lead for the Pack in the bottom of inning number 4. The pitch outside. Count will go full, and Sutter will be in motion. See, this is where the Cueto approach can really help you because you can catch the runner going on the pitch here. And Gatson, he doesn't have it. We'll see if he breaks it out. Some pitchers will break it out just for these types of situations. He does not. Sutter goes. This one is popped up into left field. Over on it is Kincaid, or Kinnaird, excuse me, and he makes the catch in left center field. That will retire the inning. We'll head to the top of inning number 5. 7-0 Pack lead. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're back here, and Alec Velardis is back out there. And Ryan, you have some high praise for the recent Sun Devil. Now in the portal, definitely going to get some offers after that as he fires his first pitch against Davis Minton. The Sarah product going to Chapman. You had a good saying, actually. He's the farthest any Packer starter has gone this year. Now heading into his 5th inning of work.
Yeah, I was saying it. If you ball, you get the call. And I'm sure he's going to be getting calls after this. Not only getting harassed by me to do an interview, but also coaches interested in, his play.
Yeah, because he had a lackluster year at ASU, kind of got off to a rough start, and the coaches never really gave him a second chance following a tough performance. Ended the year with a 27 ERA over at ASU, but he has been nothing but perfect this year for the Packers. And now he's got a 1-2 count on Minton. He batted .336 with 3 home runs and 25 RBIs. The pitch is a called ball, controversial call. 2-2. But Minton, he actually was a huge part of Sarah running all the way to the NorCal Championship against De La Salle. Went to the NorCal, basically the Open Championship, lost to De La Salle in a walk-off. Minton fouls that one off. Minton was actually at third, and De La Salle had basically a safety squeeze-esque play where it was what I would like to call a swinging bunt over to at least short or third. It might have actually been to Minton, and then the throw was a little errant, but it was a tough throw to make as Minton pops this one up. Burge chasing it, fouled off. So Velardis makes the move back to the mound. 2-2, nobody on, no outs. The pitch, swing, and that one is popped up, foul. So good battles being done.
Yeah, Davis putting up a fight here.
By these players.
So a long at bat here for Davis Minton. I mean, Bellardus just trying to put him away. This has been one of the longest battles he's had of the day, usually putting guys away quickly. And now it's a full count.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here as the count goes full. Whopping, I believe, 17 10-plus pitch at-bats last night in our 3-hour marathon of a game. As here comes the 3-2. And Bellardus nearly hits Minton. No, he did. He got him. Umpire calls time. So the first walk given up by Bellardus. I didn't expect that to actually hit him, but whatever the umpire saw, didn't look like there was much of a deflection on that. Still 7-0 though. Aggressive lead for Minton. Bellardus starting some fastballs. They're just running a little bit inside. We'll see if the Packers move to getting anyone up in the pen. Right now, Bellardus looking pretty good, facing Elijah Ward, batting .212 out of College of San Mateo. However, he does have a, I believe it is an old Heritage helmet on. Heritage, they've got the Houston Astros-esque emblem for baseball. Here's the 2-0, and that one is up by his head, 3-0. So Bellardus just takes some time to step off the mound, regain his confidence. Coach Gomes doesn't seem to put off by it. He's pretty happy so far, but Coach Carter heading out to get some guys up in the pen.
Yeah, he's motioning over there.
As Bellardus walks Ward. However,
now a mound visit, Hugo.
Oh yeah, there is going to be
Nick Mastoni heading out there to talk to him.
Yeah, there's going to be a mound visit. I know you like asking, and I've done it at least a few times in the high school season with the color commentary. What would you say if you're Coach Mastoni out there?
I would tell him to look at the scoreboard and look what he's done through the first 4 innings. He's held this team scoreless, and he's done it really well. I mean, 7 strikeouts. Just read the man his stats on the day and be like, you're this guy. So don't let it get away from you, and don't let a couple walks, ruin your confidence.
Yeah, it's Bellardus' first start this summer with the Pack. They gave him the matinee start today. But yeah, no, we should mention last night the Packers had 3 double plays to get their pitchers out of jams, and we might see that tonight. Actually, that might have been Wednesday or Friday night. I think that was Friday night that they had the 3 double plays.
It all blurs into one game.
It
really.
does.
This whole summer is just one long baseball game.
Yeah, especially when the Packers are dominating. So back pick effort to second by Burge after Dominic Poole, or actually we have a pinch hitter. It's going to be Tom Stevens at the plate instead of Dominic Poole. He takes a strike in there. It's going to be 1-1. He showed bunt coming up with runners on first and second. Here's the 1-1. Swing, and that one is hit foul. 1-2 with nobody out. Bellardus can deliver. If he can deliver a strikeout here, would help him deepen his outing to maybe 5 full. Here's the 1-2. Swing, and that one's hit on the ground. Martinez taps on third for 1, on to first, and it's a little short. A guard can't pick it, and the runners move up. So the Packers do get 1 on that play, but an errant throw by Max Martinez leads to runners on second and third.
Yeah, good job by Martinez fielding it cleanly. It's just, I think he short-armed it a little, getting it over to first, and it resulted in a difficult, dig for a guard.
Yeah, well, now runners on second and third for the Pacific University commit, Jackson Coles. He takes a called strike one. Bellardus bearing down, throwing his strikes, looking to get out of the inning here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That pitch was absolutely nasty.
That was some filth.
That a sinker at the bottom of the zone? What pitch was that? Change up. That looked like it did look like had good dropping action. Here's the pitch. One's outside. 1-2. He's just dealing so quickly here. Wonder how fast that changeup was. 82. Here's the 1-2, and that one is hit high on a chop to Bellardus. He'll throw to first, and it's offline. Runners stay put, so now base is loaded, and the question becomes, how do we score that? Is that a hit? Is that an error? And now some guys coming in from that is listed as a hit. So a single there. And bases are all occupied now. J.J. Kinnaird comes up with one down, and the base is loaded. So force play at every base. Infield guys coming in as Kinnaird fouls that one off. And the bullpen guys also coming in here at Rec Park getting ready. Possibly the final batter that Bellardus will face. It's been a solid outing for him. Trying to get out of the jam. 0-1. Swing, hit on the ground and through into right field. One run will score. They'll send another run around. Savatere loses his grip on the ball. 2-run score on the RBI base hit. And now runners on the corners. So now, Ryan, I feel like I jinxed it. That is the end of the record, or end of the streak of Packers starters striking out at least 5. I mean, I guess there's still a streak of 5 through 3 innings, but
you just had to run your mouth.
Yep.
You just had to, Hugo.
Well, they're going to ride Bellardus. For the next guy up, it is Josh Jacobs. He struck out his last 2 times up. So J.J. Kinnaird, he'll go, and he'll get in safely, almost standing up. Slides in there, but could have probably gotten in there standing up on the stolen base. So now runners on second and third, takes away the opportunity at the double play. That one is hit foul by Jacobs. Going to be 1-2. So Kinnaird, I mean, he hosed a runner at home from left. He's gotten a 2 RBI base hit right now. He's well on his way to being the Marauders player of the game. The 1-2 is outside.
Are you going to interview him, Hugo?
I don't think I will. I have to get down to the city pretty quickly to pick up my dad, but you know what?
Fans will be disappointed.
One heck of a game for him. Hats off to him. The game's not even over yet. That pitch is up high. 3-2 count now for Bellardus. Jacobs stands in, the 3-2. Swing, and he fouls it off. Doing what he does best. He is battling here with a payoff pitch. Another one in the air. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on the outside half. And that is it. That'll be Bellardus' day. So he strikes out 8 through 4 2/3. A great outing for him, and he is in line to pick up the win.
Yeah, definitely. After pitching like that, he's had a great outing, and you can hear the fans here. They just loved him, showing him the respect coming off the field. I mean, what a great day from him on Father's Day.
Yeah, making his dad proud. You mentioned, I think, in pregame, did you see his parents here? Were his parents?
I did see his mom here, yes.
So she's got to be happy. And now we have Caleb Debin, who started the Sunday game for the Packers last weekend, and will come in now. He's got starting pitching experience. It's 68 innings this year at Division III George Fox. He's got good velo. The only Division III guy in the pitching staff for the Packers, and he is a pretty solid pitcher at that. Might get drafted. I think he has one more year of eligibility, however. So we'll see. We'll step aside as Devin looks to clean things up for the Pack. So we're back, and Fresky coming up. Dario is ready to face Devin. Devin making his second appearance with the Pack. Looking to clean things up. Pack leads 7-2 here against the Marauders. Here's the pitch. Swing, and that one is a high chopper. Perfectly, and the throw goes into right field. 1 run scores, and 2 runners will score. Staying at first is going to be a Fresky, and a tough one there for Devin.
Now batting for the Marauders, first base number 27, Maximo Rockwood.
So it is now 7-4.
Looks a lot closer than it probably is.
Yeah, that was, gotta see, that was almost like a swinging drag bunt down the first base side to give more color to it, as that one is pumped in for a fastball, strike 1 against Maximo Rockwood. But it was a high chopper on this infield. They were almost waiting for it to go foul. Devin runs over, grabs it, makes the tough throw to first. It's over the head of a guard into right field. 1 run had already scored, and Kinnaird came around the bend. He scored, and it is now 7-4 on what has been tallied as a hit and then an error for the Packers. That pitch, they go for the back pick, and they did not get him. What would you say there, Ryan?
I think the runner slid in safely. I think he was under the tag before it got there, but I think if I said that, I would get beat up by 100 Prune Packer fans that disagree.
That one in there, swinging strike. That'll retire the side for the Packers. Devin picks up a strikeout as we will head to bottom of inning number 5. Packers have some offensive work to do. They still lead at 7-4. Cade Campbell leads things off for the Pack. He is looking to make a big impact, get the offense started as Brandon Gatson goes out for his third inning of work. 4-run, top of the fifth for the Marauders to bring it within 3, and the first pitch is down low for a ball. Campbell, he singled his last time, but the throw was beautiful from Kinnaird to hose the runner going home, which was Sutter, as Campbell fouls that one off. 1-1. Here comes the pitch. Inside. Kicks up. In the dirt. 2-1. Beautiful day here for baseball. High of 83 degrees. It'll creep up to as high as 85 tonight. Here's the pitch. As that one is hit hard, but it'll stay in the ballpark. Kinnaird over on it, and he will make the easy catch. 1 down.
That was almost the same spot Campbell hit it when he hit that sac fly. He's just staying right there. The wind coming in a little bit today, but nothing too bad.
Yeah, blowing in a little bit from the left foul pole to the right. Now Jake McCoy coming up. He's looking for some revenge. He struck out twice.
Yeah.
That pitch is low for a 2-0. 7-4 Packers lead, bottom of inning number 5. 1 down here. McCoy fouls that one off. Breaking ball put in the middle of the bottom of the zone. 2-1, 1 down. McCoy awaits, and that one is spiked in the dirt. 3-1. Coming from Gatson. McCoy waits, swing and a miss.
Man, these pitchers today for the Marauders have just had McCoy's number. He just hasn't been able to get solid contact or any contact.
Yeah, well, he walks there as that pitch goes in the dirt, trying to get him to swing again.
See that? Reverse jinx.
Yeah, there you go, Ryan. We found our bread and butter here.
Number 17, J.C. Osaria Agar.
Here comes the pitch to J.C. Agard. He hits this one hard, but it's popped up in foul territory. Over on it is the catcher, and he runs into the dugout. And that ball will fall foul, much to the catcher's chagrin.
Yeah, gnarly right there. I mean, he ran into the corner post on the dugout there, so probably not going to feel too good in the morning.
Yeah, that one could be a nasty bone bruise there. That'll stick with you. Because you won't even know what the pain is from. And then you'll finally put 2 and 2 together and realize where it is from. 0-1, swung on and hit foul. The weird thing with that type of stuff is you just when you run into those things or you get those things, you don't feel the pain until like 3 or 4 hours after. For instance, last night I actually have a bone bruise on my shin, and I didn't even feel it until this morning.
Hugo, you are amazing. You're one of the toughest people I know. You just keep trucking on.
As that 0-2 is hit on the ground, hops over the leaping dive of the third baseman, and now runners on first and second for the Pack.
Ryan, I'd say you're a pretty tough guy as well.
Not as tough as the great Hugo Traverso taking sweepers off the chin.
God, I'm never going to live that down, am I?
No.
Gatson now, they're going to do a mound visit. We'll see if the coach asks for the ball. He's not going to, just going to chop it up with him. Max Martinez due up. He struck out his last time. He's 0 for 2, and we'll step aside. We're back on the stream, and we have a new pitcher in here. The Packers lead 8-5. Here, this is radio coverage. As of right now, we are waiting on the camera. But it's going to be Antonelli Savitere for the Packers. Here comes the pitch. That one is outside. So just a brief recap of what has been going on for all of you viewers. Cade Campbell opened the inning with a fly out to left field, then a walk for Jake McCoy led to him moving up to second base on a single from J.C. Agard, and Max Martinez reached on an error, which scored McCoy, so the Packers lead 8-4 now here on radio coverage. Thank you all for joining us here at Recreation Park. I'm Hugo Traverso, joined alongside Ryan Moffitt. Bottom of the fifth inning, Packers lead it 8-4 following a 4-run top of the fifth for the Marauders. Runners on first and second. Breaking ball in there from the pitcher for the Marauders. We do not have an exact name for it. The last name is Josephson. So Josephson on the mound for the Marauders. He is checked in after Gatson stepped aside. Runners on first and second. Josephson fires, fouled off to the left over towards the Packer bullpen. Thank you all for joining us. It's a great day here in Healdsburg. High of 85. Sunny Father's Day. Get out here with your dads. We've got a packed house at Recreation Park. Rough estimate, probably over 1,000 people here. Watch some Packers playing Marauders. Swing and a miss for Antonelli. Actually fouled that one off. It's going to be a 2-2 count. Trying to get our camera back and working, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies on that side of things. Hope you guys are enjoying it. 2-2 with one down. 8-4 Packer lead. Runners on first and second. The pitch to Salvatore. He lines this one deep. It's going to stay in the ballpark. It comes down, and making the catch is Jacobs. Runners will stay there. The outfielders faked me out there. They've started moving far back towards the wall.
They tricked you, Hugo.
Yeah, a little trickery there. And now it is the top of the order. Jay Souza, he homered his last time out, a whopping 388 feet to tie the TrackMan record of this season. Jake McCoy still stands out as the longest home run for the Pack this year, with a home run to nearly dead center, or actually more to left center field. It was just beautiful. Now Josephson approaches Souza out of Texas Tech University.
Yes.
That one is in there, called strike.
Souza with 4 RBIs on the day, Hugo. He's got a triple and a homer, so he's been hot.
Yeah, you are going to be get your shoes tied up on
I'm going to be busy.
Yeah, who's player of the game, as that curveball drops in beautifully for a called ball. It's going to be a 1-1 count to Souza. Umpire calls time, got a little bit of dirt in his eyes. The 1-1 now coming. The pitch from Josephson. Swing and a miss. Absolutely nasty there. With that pitch, looked like a changeup.
Definitely a changeup there. Yeah, caught Souza there. Little off-speed action will do that.
2-2. Swung on and hit on the ground slowly. Shortstop has it. He boots it again. The throw to first is offline. And Souza gets in there safe.
And a debate going on up here with our stats guys, if it's a hit or an error. And it seems like it's going to go down as an error. E6.
Yeah, that's his second of the inning. Shortstop out there has been having kind of a rough day, but it'll be bases loaded for a man you want bases loaded for. You've got Alex Leopard at the plate. Here's the first pitch to him. He pops this one straight up. It'll go into foul territory. In on it is the third baseman and making the catch. Minton retires the side, gets them out of the jam, and that will do it for the fifth inning. We will head to the top of inning number 6. All right, we're back here, and it's a pinch hitter for the Marauders. It is going to be Hernandez coming to the plate.
Man, this game has slowed down a bit, Hugo. I mean, Alec Bellardus got through those first 4 in some lightning quick speed, but here we've slowed down a bit.
Yeah, Devin fires that one in low for a ball. 1-0 on the way from Devin. Up high, ball 2. Top of inning number 6. Packers working through it pretty quickly. Here's the pitch. In there, called strike. Devin finding his way now following a tough introduction into this game. 2-1 on the way. Outside 3-1 the count.
And I'm not sure what Brandon Mann's doing, but he just ran over to the dugout here. So I'm not sure if he's just getting ready, and maybe they're going to work his armor later this game.
That one fired in for a called strike 2. 3-2 the count here at Recreation Park. Historic Art McCaffrey Field. Coming to you live from the Clarence Runavara grandstand as that pitch is inside ball 4. Take your base. Now Davis Minton steps in. So the junior college guy is getting subbed out. And now Davis Minton comes to the plate. And he hits this one foul. And it'll go out of play.
Yeah.
0-1 coming now to Minton. The pitch, breaking ball, breaks perfectly into the zone. 0-2 now. 0-2, no out. The 0-2. Swing, and that one is popped up foul. Good battle here at Rec Park. Oh, 2 coming, nobody out. Here's the pitch, and it spikes. Runner moves over. Hernandez into second on the wild pitch. 8-4 Packers lead, although it feels a lot bigger of a gap. The 1-2. And that one does not catch the outside part of the zone, just a little bit too far outside for a ball. 2-2. No one out. Runner on second. Devin deals. Swing and a miss in the dirt. They're going to have to go to first with it. They will pretty quickly. And it's strikeout number 2 of the day for Devin.
Yeah, and that's the first out of the inning here. I mean, Packers just need to just keep cruising. I mean, foot on the gas, but at the same time, know that you have command of this game and don't let pressure sneak up on you from the Bay Area Marauders getting back into this game through mostly errors.
That one is grounded up the middle. Salvatore makes a nice play. Throw on to first. He's got it. He might have an ugly glove, but he can work it pretty easily. As that'll go down.
Super clean fielding there from Salvatore. You mentioned the ugly glove, but he gets it done in fashion when you're looking from a distance.
Yeah, runner on third now. As he moves over on the play. This pitch in the dirt, runner coming home. Nearly trips over himself, and he will score. Hernandez in to score on another. Did you call it a wild pitch or a pass ball on that one? That one's a controversial one.
Yeah, that was tough because it definitely hit the dirt before it got to Burge at home plate, but I don't know. That's one you kind of got to knock down. Tough to say, though, from our angle, too.
Yeah, well, anyways, that clears the bases, so Devin gets another chance to work with nobody on. 8-5 your score now. The Marauders definitely playing hard against these Prune Packers. Scrapping for every run. Pitches in the dirt for a ball. 3-0 the count now. Devin struggling with command. So Packers getting warmed up in the bullpen. Little hacky sack. Here's the pitch. That one is in there, called strike. Pretty much down the middle. But Stevens chooses to keyhole that one. The 3-1. In there. Fastball hit hard, but picked by Agardi. Throws to Devin at first. That'll retire the side. We'll head to the bottom of the sixth. Pack lead 8-5. And we're back, bottom half of inning number 6. Josephson's still out there, and it is going to be Logan Sutter leading things off for the Pack. And he swings and misses that one. 0-2 now. Sutter fouls that one off. That one is grounded and off the glove of the third baseman into left field. Now that begs another question.
Batting for UC Berkeley, number 20, Alex Bird.
That one is going to go down as an error on the third baseman. Yet another error for the Marauders. And now Alex Bird comes to the plate.
It's almost like that rolled up Minton's arm like it was a ramp and shot into the outfield.
As that one goes in front of Burge. As our camera has entered back into the ball game. 1-0 coming to Alec Burge. We will move it once the inning is over. 1-0. Outside, 2-0 now. 2 balls, no strikes to Alex Burge out of Cal. It's been a big offensive answer for the Packers. The pitch outside, but called a strike on the outside part of the zone. 2-1, nobody out. Logan Sutter over at first. Packers lead it 8-5 in what is, to be frank, an air fest. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball. 12-6 cuts right through the zone, splits it in half, and that'll drop into the bottom of the zone to strike 2. 2-2 on the way here. 2-2, nobody out. They will check over to first. Josephson still looking into Burge. Burge swing and chops that one foul. Yeah, Ryan, you were saying Packers really extending this game. We're only bottom 6. We'll look to see a quick 7-8-9 following this inning. Here comes the 2-2. Inside's gonna go full. That pitch was at the feet of Burge.
Yeah, the reason this game is slowed down so much, Hugo, is just the lack of command from the pitchers since Ballardus has left the game and, you know, in his last inning. It's just really drawn on into, you know, walks, and then you can't even, you got to talk about the errors as well being committed on both sides of this game. You know, both defenses have had a couple costly errors.
Yeah, I mean, some would say more than a couple. There's the pitch, and that one is fouled off. Yeah, I mean, Packers already have 3, and I believe the Marauders have 4 or 5. So this is turning into a tough game to watch if you are a defensive guy like Ryan. Big defense wins championships guy.
Hardwired.
3-2. Nobody out. Runner over at first. They'll check on him. He is back in there safe. The 3-2. Another payoff pitch coming. And that one is swung on and hit foul. That one will wind up on University Street. All the way out there. So here we go. Now Burge. Looking to get a nice base hit, move runners over. He waits. Josephson fires. That one's in the dirt. It'll spike And now runners on first and second. Now Cade Campbell comes to the plate. Campbell out of Cal. Out here with his teammate Burge.
Yeah, this turned into a bit of a little league matchup here later in the game. I mean, we saw such an impressive performance from Marauders, but now it's just pitchers trying their hardest to get pitches in the strike zone and walks and then errors on the defensive side.
As that one skips in the dirt. Luckily for the Marauders, no runners advance, but yeah, they've been having their own troubles. That one falls in there for ball 2. 2-0. On the way. And it hit him.
Ouch. You could hear that from up here, Hugo.
Yes, you could. That was a very, very hard thrown ball. And Campbell, credit to him, just takes it for the team.
Sounded like when Rocky was training in that meat factory and he was just punching those, you know, those cows. That's what it sounded like.
It did sound like that. That's a good comparison. Great sound
Thanks.
comparison. Yeah, what?
How do you feel about the Rocky movies? You a fan of them?
I'm a fan of them. I've only seen one, so.
That is probably the most unpatriotic thing you could say, and I think you let down every dad that is listening to this stream.
Well,
on Father's Day,
apologize.
you should never say that.
Well, anyways, bases loaded for Jake McCoy, and he lines this one into left field.
Ooh.
It will go foul.
That right there would have done some damage right on the line.
It would have. At least 1 or 2 runs would have scored for the Pack, and this would have extended and really hurt the Marauders.
Because crazy enough, this is a 3-run game.
Yeah. Loaded bases for McCoy. Takes ball 1 low, 1-1. McCoy reached on a walk last time. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame with 2 strikeouts. The 1-1 will reset. 1-1 on the way. Swing, and that one is fouled off. Kind of got jammed there. A pitch in on the hands to McCoy. Following McCoy, it is going to be his own teammate, J.C. Agard. Here's the 1-2. It's in the dirt. It kicks away from the catcher. Sutter's coming home. He'll be in standing up. And the runners move over. Pack now lead it 9-5.
Yep, this is not very clean. The sloppiness continues here as just, I mean, that's good for the Packers, though, extending that lead. Now 9-5.
Yeah, wild pitch called on that one. 2-2 now. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit foul off to the left. It's a great day for baseball. Approaching hour number 2 on this ball game. Ryan definitely has some thoughts on that and possibly installing a pitch clock here. 2-2,
Like that.
no outs. That one, great job by the catcher to try and frame it, but the count will go full, and the catcher will go out for a mound visit to talk with his pitcher. So we will reset here. 3-2 on the way. The pitch. Breaking ball kicks away from McCoy.
Oh, my
Coming in
goodness.
on it is going to be Burge. He'll score. And into first on the walk is going to be McCoy, and that should be Josephson's day.
This is madness, Hugo.
It is madness, Ryan. That is another runner scoring on a wild pitch.
Having a sloppy performance on Father's Day is just, you can hear every father in the world yelling at you to just improve your form.
Yeah, Josephson looks like he'll stay in the ball game because all things considered, besides the wild pitches, the Packers really have not been able to hit his stuff. He's only let up, he has not let up a single hit actually in his outing so far. All of them have been errors. So now runners on first and third, nobody out. Packers rolling here in the 6th inning, and Agard slaps this one into right. It'll fall. It gets past the right fielder. One run will score. McCoy is going to be held up at third, and Agard checks into second with an RBI double.
That's the offense we like to see from the Packers. Not just capitalizing off of mistakes from the other team. That is just great offense there.
Well, now, Mr. Southern Knights, Max Martinez from Southern California steps in, looking to fight on. He's been persevering through some tough at-bats. Reached on an air last time. Breaking ball, he looks to offer at it, but it drops right into the bottom of the zone. Beautiful pitch by Josephson. Pitch is outside, 1-1. Two one now to Max Martinez, really just trying to get him some more reps, have a Terry Waits on deck. 11-5 Packer lead. That one is in the dirt. Got to give him credit. Good work by the catcher here to work mercilessly on framing these pitches.
Yeah, he's had a tough day of work here.
Yeah. 3-1 on the way now to Martinez. Swing, and he fouls that one off. Went down for that one. It's going to go full again. Still no one out. Packers absolutely cooking right now. Runners on second and third.
Did you see that foul ball? That was a double nutmeg there, Hugo.
Oh. Was it? Who did it nutmeg there?
Double. It went through the catcher's legs and the umpire's legs. That's a double nutmeg.
Double
Not sure if
nutmeg.
you're a soccer fan.
I am a soccer fan.
That's good to know.
Yeah. 3-2, no
You got
one
a favorite
out.
squad?
The pitch. That one is hit high, long and deep. Moving back on it is the right fielder, Coles. He'll make the catch. Runners will tag. McCoy will score. So the sac fly results in something for Martinez and the Packers. 12-5, your score now. But yeah, I would say for the family, Chiavari, Virtus, and Tella probably be my favorite squad. But in terms of like big teams playing at the top divisions, big fan of Genoa and Arsenal. I'd say.
Nice. Good picks.
You know, Arsenal, you would say, is like if I had to compare it to something, it's like being a Dallas Cowboys fan. You expect so much, but get so little.
And hated by the world.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, you get all the way to the Champions League semifinal. You beat the best team in Europe, and then proceed to lose to a team that lost their star players. So that pitch is outside, 1-1. Now to Antonelli Savatere. The pitch, swing and a miss. Breaking ball got him low there. The pitch in the dirt. Jake McCoy came in on that last sac fly. Now J.C. Agard over at third. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit foul. One, two. One, two is outside, 2-2. Two with one down. Pitch is on the way. Swung on and hit high. It'll stay in play. And the third baseman over on it, he'll make the catch in foul territory.
University, number 6, Jace Souza.
Now Jay Souza steps in.
I mean, he's just been amazing today.
He
has
has.
been on it, and you know he's got a triple, a home run, and a single. So he's just a double away from the cycle, Hugo.
I believe that last play was an error. I think you reached on an error. Let's check.
All right.
Was
Proving
it?
me
He
wrong.
was.
I'm always
He did
wrong.
reach on an error.
I'm always wrong. I'm sorry.
There's the 1-0. It's outside, 1-1.
I can't
Nope,
get anything
2-0
right.
now.
Story of my life, Hugo. Thanks a lot. Then never mind. He's a single and a double. Maybe you'll get both of those right here.
He might, honestly. He'll definitely get another at-bat following this one. 2-0 on the way. In there, called strike. Josephson has definitely cleaned things up since that mound visit. But still, it is a 12-5 Packers lead. After a 5-run, or a 4-run sixth. Pitch is outside, 3-1. Don't want to walk him here. You got Jonathan Kim waiting on deck. He's looking to do some damage. Or excuse me, you got Alex Leopard, then Jonathan Kim. So that one's fouled off. So Logan Sutter, it appears his day is done.
He put in some good work today, though.
He
had
did.
Some quality at bats. Got on. Had that nice double.
Yeah, he reached base every time, but still ended up 0 for 2 with the amount of errors on this on the stat sheet. 3-1. The pitch. Swing, and that one's lined up the middle. It'll get into the gap in right center field. It'll go out to the warning track, and the throw in is not in time, and he gets that double.
There you have it.
He is just a single away. I mean, if our official scorekeeper maybe wants to change the result of that error, because it was kind of deep in shortstop, maybe you give him the cycle there. Pretty much give him the cycle, Ryan, I think.
Pretty much, yeah. We'll say he pretty much has the cycle. Just don't ask too deep into that on why it's pretty much and not for sure.
So now Packers tag one on, and Josephson, his day is done. We have a new pitcher on the mound, and we'll be right back. as Ryan moves to take this camera down. We have a Casa Grande kid coming in. Brady Laubscher, who's headed to St. Mary's College next year, will come in. He was the ace for a lethal Gauchos team this year. Brady Laubscher, I was not aware he was even on the roster here for the Marauders, but he is on the roster, and lucky enough, I've had the privilege of calling some of his games, and he is an absolute beast. So we'll step aside. We'll be back with his out. Alex Leopard now standing in. Lefty. Packers up 13-5 here in the bottom of inning number 6. The runner at second is Jay Souza. The pitch. And that one goes past the catcher. And running into third is Souza. So Packers move up a runner. And now Laubscher just trying to figure things out. He's been dealing with some shoulder issues out of Casa Grande in Petaluma, California. So Ryan coming back. 1-0 now. Laubscher in the ball game. Local kid, Ryan, on the mound.
What are you talking to me about?
Local kid on the mound for the Marauders.
Oh, that's
as
cool
that
stuff.
one's outside. He's been dealing with some shoulder issues, from what I have heard. He's heading to St. Mary's next year, but his arm is decreased in velo. So that one is outside. 3-0.
Hey, I'm back right in time, Hugo. Alex Leopard's up. Something good's gonna happen. I know it.
Yeah, Laubscher actually pitched against my high school, Cardinal Newman, but we won that game. 3-0.
Wow.
Outside, four pitch walk. So after not doing it last night, but getting to the chance to do it twice, the Packers have finally batted around.
Look at that.
And just when Ryan thought we were getting out of here early.
Exactly.
We might be in for another food trial.
Oh boy.
I honestly, I'm getting kind of hungry, Ryan.
Is that so?
I am getting kind of hungry.
Here's a joke for you.
As Leopard goes and speeding into second to take away the chance at a double play, even though they really wouldn't need one. What's the joke, Ryan?
Well, here it goes. Why did the raisin go out with the prune?
Why did the raisin go out with the prune?
Because he couldn't get a date.
Yeah, it is Father's Day, so we're getting all of our dad jokes in.
Please laugh.
I am laughing inside.
Wow.
I'm
laughing at me.
But now it is Jonathan Kim at the plate. He's subbing in for Logan Sutter. Kim awaits the 1-1. And it's in the dirt, 2-1 now. Tough times here for the Marauders. They've built a pretty solid team of high schoolers heading to the next level. Just haven't been able to find it against such an elite team like the Packers. Kim swinging a Marucci bat. Pitch, swing, and fouls that one off, 2-2. Laubscher trying to get his Marauders out of the inning. Two down. Straight twos across the board. Here comes the pitch. Swing, and that one is lined into center. Moving in on it is Jacobs. It will fall. 1 run scores. Leopard will come around the bend, and like a Leopard, he will score.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Jacobs out in center was doing. He clearly misread it because he stayed put for a good 2 seconds before even coming in on that. I mean, clearly short, but I don't know what the deal is out there.
Yeah, well, now that pretty much
Sums up the day.
Yeah, it sums up the day and clears out scoring position here. Now the Packers, this is turned into a 7-run bottom of inning number 6. Food trucks, gotta love it. You know, score a lot of runs, get a lot of people buying food. It's packed in here in Rec Park. The pitch, that one is in there. Called strike. What was that? Justin, what was that? 0-1 coming from Lobsher. He checks on the runner. Bird still at the plate. Packers not making a lot of changes despite sitting down Sutter. Sutter and French up until today's game have played in every game to date for the Packers. French will likely be back for Tuesday's game against Humboldt. The 15-5 lead for the Packers here. A lead that was once dwindling, and now, much to Ryan's disappointment, I mean, I guess it's happy disappointment.
It feels like I'm on the losing team. No, it's just sloppy baseball kind of can drag on.
As that one is lined down the right field line. Great play made on it by the right fielder to keep it from runners coming in, but a great piece there from Burge.
That ball was smacked by Burge. I mean, he got every piece of that ball, and now he's getting tapped out. He's going to have Hideki Prather run for him. Smart move, though. Burge can now go get his gear on, prepare for the next inning, or the next half of the inning.
Possibly.
Catchers looking out for each other.
Yeah, but it could be Prather just coming in forever for the rest of the game. Could be.
Might not be wrong. Now they're trying to pick off Prather over there.
The 1-0. Inside. Runner's going to come home, and he will score. Moving up, Kim, and now it is 16-5 Packers. And just a bit of embarrassment now for the Marauders.
Yeah, I mean, now you're just trying to get out of here as fast as possible. This game is getting ugly, and you got to minimize it. You don't want another 20 runs on the scoreboard for the Packers. Second team in a row.
2-1, 2 down. 16-5 Packers lead. Campbell at the plate. He swings on this one and hits it high and foul. 2-2. Swing and fouled again, this time off of his leg. That is a tough break there for Campbell. Hopefully no broken bones. Jake McCoy awaits on deck. Earlier this inning, he walked and reached home on a bunch of wild pitches, which surprisingly enough to anyone was 15 minutes ago. 2-2, 2 outs. Lobsher deals. Back pick opportunity, just a little haywire there to Prather. And you gotta give him some credit. Lobsher has pushed through a lot and now getting some quality reps against some quality batters. But he has this weird windup almost, where he kind of skews his head when he throws. There's the pitch. He does it again, and that one is lined into the gap in left center field. It will get down, and coming home easily scoring will be Prather. Checking into first with an RBI single is Cade Campbell.
There you go, Prather seeing action. He was on base, 2 outs. Maybe he wasn't expecting to run, but I mean the offense continues to stay warm, or I should say hot. And maybe warm, just the errors kind of help him. But a great job by Campbell there.
Yeah, this is officially a 9-run inning. Packers' record is 11 runs in an inning this season, which they had against the South Bay Storm in Game 2. But they are well on their way to going 7-0 heading into their first official league series. They already had their first league game, but they will have a 3-game series against the Humboldt Crabs. That will be very interesting to watch because the Crabs have just been on a tear recently, playing Athletic Edge today as McCoy pops this one up and back on it is the shortstop. He'll make the catch, and finally the inning is over. But yeah, Humboldt will come into this game most likely undefeated. Packers will be undefeated. It'll be a really fun game to watch here in Healdsburg. That'll be on Tuesday. It'll most likely, I believe, be Ryan Moffitt and Nico Horning on the call, but we'll see. But we will step aside one to the top of the 7th. Stay with us.
Welcome back here in the top of the 7th in Healdsburg, California. Sunny day, sunny Father's Day in the Berg, as it is still Caleb Debin on the mound for the Pack. And Hugo was right. It is now Hideki Prather behind the dish. So first batter of the inning is going to be Jackson Coles. And that fouled off. So yeah, some of the substitutions for this inning are just, never mind, it's Hideki Prather for Burge. Earlier it was Cade laid off in, and JC Agard came out, as well as Kim coming in and Sutter coming out. That was a while ago, but filling you guys in as this popped up over into foul territory and drops. Pitch from Debin, swung on, popped over into left field, and caught by Jonathan Kim out there. So a good play to get the first out of the inning and maybe speed up this game a little bit. So now J.J. Kinnaird coming up to the plate, getting ready to hit against Debin. Pitch down low in the dirt.
It was working and then it stopped. So let's hope that pops up at some point.
And Devin misses the zone there once more to Kinnaird. 2-0 count now.
Yeah, Kinnaird singled and brought in 2 runs last time he was up at the plate, so looking to have the same results.
And a grounder gets past Antonelli Savitere at second, and that'll be a base knock for J.J. Kinnaird.
Yeah, it's the same result as he had last time. Single, gets through the gap between first and second base, and carries into right field. It was really nice hit by him. Great contact. Good job.
Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled off. That pitch right there, missing low, and Prather fires down to second, but throw is off target, so Kinnaird safe.
Yeah, second stolen base of the game for Kinnaird. It's been very solid for them.
Hit over to the shortstop and firing for the out. So good job by Cade Campbell at short.
He's been doing great. Having a great job. They're doing great. Having a great time here. The Packers. It's getting
Wow.
out of hand.
Don't sound too excited, Hugo. You might scare away these fans with your excitement.
Nine runs in the bottom half of inning number 6. 11 in the last 3. They have just been tearing open these Marauders.
You're right. It has been hard to watch. I'm not sure if you're a Marauders fan, but I'm sure if you were, it would be even harder to watch. And we're officially 2.5 hours into this. And there it is. Caleb Devin gets out of the inning and hold the Marauders scoreless, and we're going to get up and sing with all the fathers here at Rec Park. And we'll be back in a minute in the bottom of the 7th. All right, welcome back. We just got done singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game here in Healdsburg, and now we're watching some quality Healdsburg Prune Packer baseball. You're coming in at a rough point if you're a Marauders fan. Good time to watch if If you're a Packers fan, 17-5 is the current score. Packers have just laid it on in these last couple innings. Here comes the pitch. And a check swing from leadoff.
A new pitcher in the game for the Marauders. Number 19, we do not have his name yet.
Maybe he's trying to stay off the grid.
Yeah, possibly. Packers are really rotating everyone in. Max Martinez still on deck. It looks like they're just trying to get him some more at-bats. He's been in somewhat of a slump for the Packers.
Still early on in the season, but yeah, you are definitely right. And right there, Cade Ladoff goes down. A strikeout for the new pitcher in for the Marauders. And you talk about your SC guy, Max Martinez. We'll see if he gets something going right here.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, Packers right now probably being told to, see a little bit more pitches. Don't jump on everything.
He does that right there. He watches that first pitch go by for a ball.
Yeah, they're keyholing everything, and it's actually in now. Yeah, this is the glory of it. In now, there is, no listed player. Or no, actually, it's Davis Minton, actually.
Well,
in
look at
the
that.
pitch. Yeah.
Position player on the mound.
Yeah, Chapman commit.
He can sling it.
Yeah, he can.
He's just got to find the zone because he's already down 3-0 against Max Martinez.
We apologize once again, ladies and gentlemen, for lack of Wi-Fi.
And just like that, Martinez watches 4 straight pitches and gets a free trip over to first base. Hang out with Coach Max Shoup. So now, Antonelli Salvatore, the 9 batter for the Packers, up to bat. And pitcher checking out. Martinez on first, and he pitches. And that'll miss for ball number 1. Salvatore with a good game so far. He's been able to get on a couple times. He's going to look to do it again here as he watches that go by for strike number 1. So yeah, real patient approach now for these Packer bats. Just not rushing anything, letting the pitches come to him. It's easy to do that when you are up 17-5. And right there is strike number 2. So Salvatore down in the count 1-2 now. One out in the inning so far. And that pitch right there missing outside. It's 2-2 for Salvatore. Chance to get out number 2 here for the Marauders. And just like that, they do. Swinging strikeout there. Down goes Salvatore. And now, the electric Jay Souza coming up to bat.
All right, they will officially give it to him despite our scorekeeper Sean's scoring. They give him the cycle.
Poor Sean, it's his one job to do the book, and the people don't listen to him.
Well, we'll see.
His word, I guess, doesn't carry much weight around here, but we respect him up here. As Souza hits this one hard and tracking
Let
it
it
is the right
drop.
fielder, and he's got it, comes in on it. That was great hustle there by Jackson Coles to get out number 3 in this bottom of the 7th inning. And that'll hold the Packers scoreless as the score remains 17-5. We're heading to the top of the 8th, and we'll be back in just a minute. All right, top of the 8th, and we've got a great pitcher on the mound. A new guy for the Pack, Brandon Mann out of Michigan, the Michigan Wolverine. He's facing his first set of Marauder batters.
Yeah, it's too bad Michigan's not as good as at baseball as they are at football, because you would think he'd be a two-time national champion in different sports. He was a national champion his freshman year for the Michigan Wolverines as a tight end.
Well, I mean, he has the chance to win a title here in Healdsburg this summer.
100%.
I don't know if that's up to the magnitude of winning the college national championship in football. Is this fouled and out of play?
Oh, I think this will do. He's been incredible for the Packers so far this year. Last time out, he pitched, I believe, 2 scoreless, struck out a whole lot of batters.
I think he had 4 strikeouts that game.
I believe so.
As his pitch right there misses down low. So now Brandon Mann working. And there it is. The backwards K. Brandon Mann came to play. So now 1 down here for the Packers. Mann will look to take down the next 2 batters. And first pitch there is a strike. Mann delivers. Swung on, hit out into shallow center field, and that's going to drop. Antonelli Savateri trying to track it, running into, right center. But dropped right behind him and right in front of Alex Leopard over in center. So now 1 on, Mann still working. The pitch, big swing and a miss there. Mann with great pitch, outer part of the zone.
Yeah, Mann's been dealing.
Dealing. He continues to deal.
Marauders have been given a lot of different looks at all these pitchers, and Packers really have just had their number the entire night. Quick breaking ball there.
Apparently I'm on deck here for the Marauders. With them having an incomplete roster, I guess it's my time to shine.
It's Ryan Moffitt. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Moffitt is going. He's going down there. He's ready. He's putting on a Marauders uniform and getting ready to go.
It's a shame Sean Harris, our great bookkeeper, spelled my name wrong. It's okay. Maybe I don't want this at bat on my record. Maybe it's no good. As first pitch there is in for a strike. Brandon Mann. That swung on over to the center of the infield and thrown by Campbell. A great dig by Ladoff. And I'm glad I'm not credited with that, because 0 for 1 is Ryan Moffitt as we head to the bottom of the 8th.
All right, we're back here. Bottom of inning number 8. Alex Leopard leads things off for the Packers. Got one of our younger members of the broadcast team, Nolan Brenner, stepping in here. Heading to Branson High School next year. Nolan,
How's it going?
it's a good day, Nolan. It's a great day. So far, it's been pretty good. 17-5, Packers lead. Alex Leopard is up to the plate. Got a new pitcher in for the Barrier Marauders. It is J.J. Kinnaird. And he fires in a quick strike one.
Yeah,
Absolutely dealing.
Leopard's been pretty consistent, not just this year, but last year for the Packers.
He has. It's been very solid. Leopard takes that one up high and inside at his head.
Look out.
Yeah, that was a tough one. But we'll see here. 1-1 on the way from Kinnaird. That one's outside. 2-1 now. Nolan, you're on the Healdsburg Little League All-Star team. How you feel about your team this year?
I think we're pretty good this year. Should be set up to win some games and go deep in the tournament.
That's good. That's good to hear. District 35 as Leopard lines this one deep. Back there on its way. Caught. An absolute robbery. Made out in right field by Coles. Oh, my goodness.
What a great play.
Yeah.
A lot of distance traveled there.
That was incredible. Robbed it. But, yeah, you guys are in District 35. Got some tough teams in that bracket. Petaluma's in the bracket, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're always very good.
Yeah, Mark West is always pretty good, too.
That's true. But Healdsburg, they've been on the come-up.
Yeah.
You guys are a good team. Position do you play, Nolan?
I play pitcher and infield, mostly like middle infield, like short and second.
Oh, nice. How fast do you throw?
Like 60s.
That's pretty good. It's good for an 8th grader. You'll up your velo later on.
Yeah.
1-1, one down. Here's the pitch to Jonathan Kim. He checks his swing. Doesn't even matter as that one falls in for a called strike.
Let's see if the guy who rocks Tokyo Drift can get a hit here.
Yeah, we'll see. 2-2 now on the pitch on the outside. Kim, after entering the game, he singled and brought home 2 runs. This was his last at-bat. 2-2, one down. Here's the pitch. Swing and up the middle. Does he do it? Nope. Great play made by the second baseman, but the throw is too high. Yeah, just air-mailed him. Exactly. That's another error. I got to count them now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that is 5 errors right now as we speak.
Yeah,
on
they
the
have it a
Marauders.
little different than you. They have 4.
Yeah, they have 4.
A little
on this-
stricter.
Yeah, a little stricter.
Hugo.
Yeah, a little stricter on there on the.
Got to make those plays.
Yeah.
You know?
What would you say? You know, they've had some problems in the middle infield. What's your take me through fielding your ground ball? Like, what is your main focuses?
He collected it nicely, but maybe he kind of rushed the throw a little bit, didn't set his feet, take his time, and make a good strike over to first.
Exactly. That looked like it was just a little. I mean, it was like you said, it was airmailed. They've had problems like that with whether it be throwing or fielding. Just troubles.
Not as crisp as you would like it, you know.
Exactly. So now it is Hideki Prather up to the plate. Pitcher steps off to check with himself. The pitch outside. Be ball 3, 3-0.
Number 22 from Clemson University, Hideki Prather.
Did Hideki change his number? 'Cause
I believe there might have been a shift there. I think with the camo jerseys there might have been.
yeah.
As that ball is outside and it is ball 4.
Top batting, University of California, number 15, Jacob.
So Prather walks. And now runners on first and second. And now it is the lethal man, Jacob French, coming in to pinch hit for his own Cal teammate, Cade Campbell. Jake McCoy waits on deck.
See if French can put something in play hard.
Yeah, pitch is outside for a ball 1-0.
Great weather today on this beautiful Father's Day.
It is. Have you done something with your dad today?
I made a card. I think we're going out to dinner later tonight.
That's awesome.
Are you doing anything?
Yeah, I'm going to pick my dad up from the airport, and then, yeah, we'll probably go out to dinner. We'll see. 2-0 count now to Jacob French. Runners on first and second. That one is in there. Called ball, 3-0.
That looked in there to me.
It did. It looked like it was going to be. Looked like it was going to catch the inside part of the zone, but umpire begs to differ. 3-0 count. French lines this one up and over the jump of the second baseman. Coming around the bend is Kim. He will drift on in for run number 18 for the Packers.
And the Packers just keep on keeping on. Just this offense is humming.
Exactly. That was a great piece by French. Adds an RBI to his resume. And Jake McCoy now comes up. He's 0 for 3. He walked twice, though, in 5 plate appearances.
Do you know what the team batting average is right now? Because it feels incredibly high.
Yeah, it was up around 366 last time I checked.
Wow.
It's got to be higher now as another wild pitch causes runners to move over here. Only one down. Runners on second and third. Marauders have really just shot themselves in the foot with every error and every wild pitch they have thrown today. That pitch is fouled off.
Yeah, and when you're playing a team like the Prune Packers, you have to come in and play your best game on defense just to have a chance.
Exactly. South Bay Storm, they had a pretty decent defensive game, just came up a little short on opening night, but Solano Mudcats did something, as that one is going to get down into right center field. It will kiss up against the wall. Coming around the bend, 2 runners will score, and for the second consecutive night and the third time this season, the Packers have a 20 bomb.
Well, a nice piece of hitting right there, using the entire field and spraying that with velocity out to right center. No chance for the right fielder to even cut that off.
Exactly. That was a great pitch, great hit out to right center. Put out there near the gate, out near the bleachers. 20-5 now your score, ladies and gentlemen. If you're keeping track at home, 2 RBIs picked up for Jake McCoy on that one. And now it is Cade Ladoff with Max Martinez waiting on deck. 1-0 is up high, 2-0 now to Ladoff. 20-5, a whopping score for the Packers.
Yeah. If you're the pitcher, you just have to try to just keep throwing them in there and just hope your defense can make some plays to get out of this.
Yeah, no, that's been really consistent. The pitchers that have been able to throw strikes consistently against the Packers last a lot longer than those who are trying to get them to chase or trying to, throw like in the dirt to, again, to try and get them to chase. Because it gets past the catcher, they spike it as there's a strike in there. 3-1 now the count to Ladoff. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Big
3-2.
cut there. That was a 3-1. Trying to send that onto University Street type of swing right there.
Exactly.
Got his high fastball and went after it.
Yeah, 3-2. 1 down. The pitch. Outside. It's another walk.
USC number 11, Max Martinez.
And now Max Martinez stands in. Martinez out of USC had a pretty good plate appearance for the Trojans in the regional final against Oregon State. It's the pitch outside, 1-1.
Let's see if Martinez can break out of his mini slump that he has going on. Put something hard in play.
He's been swinging for the fences all night, so let's see what happens as he lines this one, and the shortstop can't grab it. Everyone will check up. Base is loaded.
That seemed like a hit to me.
Yeah, that was a hit. So a nice single there for Martinez. Hard hit ball. Shortstop just couldn't come up with it. Now loaded bases in the bottom of the 8th with no one out, with only one out. So force play at every base, corner infielders in on it.
That one's driven.
Yeah, deep, way back there, on its way, and on to the bleachers. Antonelli Savitere, how do you do? A grand slam for the kid from Dallas, Texas. He unloads on that one. I know you're happy about that one, Nolan. Grand slam.
What a hit there. Got every part of that ball. Blasted that one into right center.
Yeah, let's look at the metrics. 95 miles an hour off the bat. 378 distance there. 378 feet. And 24.08 launch angle on that one.
Well, fun fact is I actually am a host family that is hosting Antonelli. And last night, when we were all hanging out, he said, next time I go out there, I'm hitting one out of there. And he followed through on that promise.
He did. That's a grand slam for Savitere. And the Packers are up to 24-5. Only one down. And now Jay Souza, who now in his 7th plate appearance, going to try and get a single to complete the cycle.
Just feels like there's no let up at all in that Packers lineup. They just keep hitting.
(24-5). The pitch outside, and he walks. So Souza walks now. Probably his last at bat. And now the Packers, for the second time today, successfully do bat around.
Yeah, it's a little trouble for Hugo on the score sheet. Had to move some numbers around.
Yep, and time-wise, Packers taking this game into the 3-hour mark. Gonna try and this offensive explosion has just been stellar.
Yeah, I mean, with how the Packers are hitting and taking walks right now, you're not getting out of here under 3 hours.
Yeah. Well, now Alex Leopard stands in. And Leopard hits it on the ground to second. One, there's two, and they finally complete a double play, a 4-6-3 double play. We'll step aside as we have the 9th inning coming up in just a second. So we're back. A little Christopher Cross for Tucker Bougie as he looks to sit down the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Marauders and get us out of here cruising. Well, fires in a first pitch strike. The pitch, ooh, breaking ball, nasty there.
Made him look silly. That one was nasty.
And nice little slider in there. Kind of looked like it hung up and just got the swing and a miss. 0-2 now on the way from Bougie. And it is fouled off.
Same pitch there, right? Why not throw it again? I mean, that slider just falls off the table.
Exactly. 24-5 Packers lead. And with that, earlier I was able to go to Tita's Cuisine and try it out. It gave you one of the tacos I had, Nolan. I think it was birria, but we'll see as Bougie throws that slider once again, gets another swing and a miss for a strikeout. Nolan, how'd you like it? How'd you like the?
I really did like it. I liked how the meat and the other fixins came together. The meat was really good, and I thought it was really juicy and flavorful.
Exactly, it was very well cooked. You know, it's a taste of Mexico in every bite at Tita's Cuisine. That's their motto. It's a great food truck that one of the many that comes here. We're going to start doing some more food reviews. Starting next week, we'll get some more going in there. But Tita's Cuisine, thank you. It was some great food. So if you guys, when you guys are back at the ballpark and Tita's Cuisine is here, or any food truck we do bring in, you got to pull up. You got to enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely give Tita's a little try.
Yeah, 1-1 now from Bougie is in the dirt. 2-1. 2-1. Thank you all for sticking with us. If you are, you're listening in the later half when this is uploaded. So it's been a pleasure broadcasting this game. Again, Nolan Brenner and Hugo Traverso right here on Prune Packers, well, I guess radio network today. 3-1 from Bougie. Swung on and driven into the gap in center and right field, but Leopard leaping over and making the catch.
Nice range there from Leopard. That ball was hit right on the button, and Leopard was able to track that down.
Yeah, so now Marauders down to their final out. Packers on the verge of going 7-0, heading into their first official league series. And it is going to be J.J. Kinnaird into
just out right there.
yeah, that pitch coming in, fastball, trying to locate it on the outside part of the zone. Can't get it to go. 1-0. Breaking ball in there, called strike. 1-1.
Been consistent with that location of that slider today.
Yeah, this is a really good outing for Bougie. He's definitely got some confidence as he gets another swing and a miss on that slider.
And the Packers dugout starting to start that clap, and you know what that means, Hugo?
Final out, final strike right here. 1-2, here we go, Nolan. Bougie winds, deals. Low.
Oh.
Umpire calls that one low for a ball. Fans don't think they agree with that. Bougie, clap started again, 2-2. Another championship point. Got him looking! Ball game. Packers win it 24-5. They'll improve to 7-0 on the year. I know you jumped in a little bit late, Nolan, but what'd you think of that?
Well, the Prune Packers, as consistent as you can be to start this year, a solid 7-0, and they're just a buzzsaw right now, and everybody playing them just getting destroyed.
That is an incredible way of putting it. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, for Nolan Brenner, Ryan Moffitt, and myself, Hugo Traverso, thank you for tuning in to the Packers Radio Network. Once again, Healdsburg wins it 24-5 over the Marauders. Next game will be on Tuesday at 6 p.m. against the Humboldt Crabs. You don't want to miss that one. That'll be Nico Horning and Ryan Moffitt right here on Prune Packers Game Videos YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Adios.